Hello everybody, my name is Izzy Jofo and I need sleep. Yes, you read the title right. I need a 60-second animation in 3 weeks. And no, this wasn't a semester-long project that I just put off until crunch time. This, in fact, was the intended amount of time to complete the assignment. Though I definitely did a lot more work than I needed to. Let me explain. I took an animation class this last semester. As some of you might know, I'm a college student getting my degree in studio arts. I've been focusing on trying to get in the animation pipeline, so for the past year or so, I've been taking classes in that sort of realm. This animation class in particular had no prereqs. It was a basic intro to animation class, but I wanted to take it even further beyond. Looking at my channel, you might be able to see that I already have a little experience with animation. So rather than doing the bare minimum in this class, I pushed myself to put out really high quality work. For our final project, we had to make a 30 to 60 second long animation with any subject that we wanted. And after much deliberation, I chose to make it a vignette into a story I made for my character design class. There's a full video coming out on that soon, by the way, be on the lookout. Part of this assignment was supposed to be taking your time to time manage and plan out an animation that would only take you 3 weeks to animate. You weren't supposed to go as hard as I did, but I never learn. I thought it might be fun to take you guys sort of week by week into how I completed this process and what I did to actually get it done on time. After finalizing my script, I worked on a really rough and loose storyboard. I realized that I work better, faster, and looser if I work traditionally, so I broke up my pens and my highlighters and I banged those out. This didn't take too long, thank goodness, only a few hours. After I had everything drawn out, I recorded a scratch track, which is basically just me voicing over all the lines so I could get the timings figured out.
Oh, and you would not believe all the shit they gave me today. Stickers, water bottles, sweatpants, stress balls.
Oh, so those are the employee benefits they're always bragging about.
I also took the time this week to create a super basic 3D model of the space that the animation was taking place in. This ended up being my saving grace. It saved me literally hours of figuring out perspective. And it also helped my animation look super consistent from shot to shot. My friends from my character design class are the real heroes of this project because they agreed to spend an evening with me recording lines for this animation. Cause I don't know about y'all, but I don't think I have it in my pipes to pull out a convincing, deep voice.
What do you expect me to do? I gotta pay my rent somehow.
What do you expect me to do? I gotta pay my rent somehow.
After that recording session, I took 4 hours to draw out every single background I would use in this animation. I also made sure to double check when I could use the same background for multiple shots, like this one, and I drew it on a much larger scale so that it wouldn't be too pixely when scaled down. It was here that I really got to appreciate that 3D model because, oh my gosh, this would have taken double, maybe even triple the time without it. After editing down the audio, I was so excited to work with it that I created the first couple shots really fast. I'm gonna note here that I specifically chose not to work on this project chronologically. I know myself, and I know I'll work better and faster if I have the inspiration and motivation to draw every specific scene. I had inspiration to work on this scene at the couch first, so I did that super quick. Then I drew this next one, which is the second shot in the animation, and then I drew the fourth shot in the animation. Thankfully, because of my storyboards, I knew where everyone was supposed to be at every time, what expression they were supposed to have, what body language, where they were going, and even if I was jumping around like this, I could still be pretty consistent. After animating those 2 shots, I had to take a few days break off the project. I had 2 other classes at this time that I had to finish up, and they were due now. Did this make me nervous for my animation project and the amount I had left to do? Absolutely! Did I really have any other choice? Of course not! Considering the amount of time I had for these other 2 projects, I'd say I did a pretty good job managing my time. Like, 8 out of 10, good job me. Finally, I finished my other classes and I had more time to work on my animation. I animated that shot you just saw speeding past while I was talking about my other classes, and... Wait, is that... No. Huh. It's crunch mode time. I had 11 and a half shots to animate, so I should try and get at least 2 to 3 done a day, right? Except some of them are really short, so they shouldn't take me longer than 30 minutes to finish, but some of them will probably take me multiple hours to finish, so I could do 3 short ones, 2 long ones, and... No, I just need to draw. keep drawing. Enough with the planning, enough with the inspiration. I'll just do whatever scenes I need to do to get this done. This project was due in 4 days. But I got this. I planned for this. The most important scene to get done at this point was the wide shot at the beginning of the animation. I needed to know exactly where I would place these characters in this room and their relative positions to everything else. This shot alone took me an hour and a half to draw out, let alone actually animating it. Keep in mind, I still had my regular classes and my job to go to at this point, so just getting any shots done was an accomplishment. Okay. I still have a ton of shots to get done, but I got 3 more done this day. The video's over half animated now, I think. I have started giving up on too much complexity in the movement at this point. There's a lot more tweening and less poses for characters to move in between. We are running out of time, people. I am doing what I can.
This shot of the rat character, Zip, though, is my favorite in the whole animation.
This little shrug worked so well for me. You might also be able to tell that I stopped doing a lot of sketching at this point and just kind of going with the animation, going straight to line art. I knew mostly what I wanted at this point, and it's an animation. They'll be on screen for a fraction of a second. I was also so glad that I designed this hyena character, Mike, to not have a visible mouth. One less character to lip sync, and thankfully it's the one who speaks the most! It was a gift, and I was taking it. This day was huge! Not only did I animate one of the other wide shots that has all 3 characters in it, but I animated everything I needed for the rat character, Zip, except for one final wide shot. If you're keeping track, that's 1 big shot and 2 medium-ish shots in 1 frickin' day. Am I actually gonna do this? I mean, there's no option that I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna finish this and turn it in on time. But will I be able to do this without pulling an all-nighter? It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows though, because I still had 1 huge shot left over, the longest in the animation. Keep in mind that on top of this, I still had an exam I took this day, an exam I had to take in 2 days that I really needed to study for, and of course I still had to go to my job, so I could not feasibly spend all day on this project. But I still had to try, right? I couldn't work on my animation until the mid-afternoon of this day. I had work until around 2 o'clock, and I didn't get home and settled into my working area until like 3:30. I had until 8 a.m. the next morning to finish this project completely, because I had work right before the critique where it was due. Though I would love to get some sleep at some point, I would not like to work straight until 8 a.m. I sat down and zoned out. At this point, I have spent the entirety of BoJack Horseman working on this project. So I moved on to Tuca and Birdie. By dinner time, I had 1/3 of the large shot done. By 10 p.m., I finished it. 1 shot to go. But first I took a shower and stuff because I was going straight to bed after this and nothing was gonna stop me. 1 a.m. I finished the drawing. By 2:15, I have the lip sync finished. And then, just as the clock strikes 2:45, I set my pencil down. I did it! At this point, I briefly debated staying up and writing some quick background music and recording some sound effects, but nope, I was so exhausted, I am going to bed! Background music be damned. This is an animation class, not a sound mixing class. I will do that later. I then proceeded to sleep for a glorious 4.5 hours before waking up and going to work. Now, would I recommend making a minute-long animation in 3 weeks? No! Oh my gosh! Give yourself a little breathing room. Would I do this again? Yeah, probably. I would hopefully give myself enough time to do a reasonable amount of work each day, making sure I take time for classes, work, and social activities. But I got a 146% in my animation class, so worth it, I guess. Oh, you want to see the animation? Well, here it is, including some never-before-seen bloopers that I animated because I guess I can't get enough.
Dude, you sold out.
What do you expect me to do? I gotta pay my rent somehow.
What, Ron's old shop wasn't cutting it anymore?
Are you kidding? He could hardly afford his own rent, much less pay me enough to cover mine.
So you go to Porter's? Come on, man, you know that employment contract is predatory.
Maybe, but they give the best pay in town.
Shit, dude.
You would not believe all the merch they gave me today. Stickers, water bottles, sweatpants, stress balls.
Oh, so those are the employee benefits that we've heard so much about.
What are you gonna do? Make a shrine?
I need this garbage as far away from my apartment as possible.
Oh, so you're not gonna keep this lovely blanket?
Hey man, you can take it if you want. Otherwise, I'm burning it with a meal tomorrow.
Hey, Joey, I got us a free blanket.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. This is the start of my voice acting career.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Shh. Okay, I'm gonna lead you in. I'm gonna say the line before yours. Okay, so. Okay, say like testing or something.
Testing.
Testing.
Ethan, stop moaning.
Okay, we're just gonna rapid fire.
Shit, dude. Nope. Why'd I moan? Shit. Holy fuck. Sorry.
Ah! Are you kidding? Are you kidding? He could hardly afford his own rent, much less pay me enough to cover mine. Yeah.
If it's yucky.
No, I'm just bad at words.
Same.
Hey man, you can take it if you want.
You also have the next bit.
Oh, fuck! I hope you enjoyed this look into how I made this animation. It took so much of my time and energy, so I hope y'all think it was worth it. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to my next video where I actually tell you who these characters are, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!